No, let's see. What one side is?
Yes, I'm not really take it what one.
But one is the New Ragnarok
Yep.
you're playing?
Yes, I'm going. It's will open on 31, I think. This one is post beta. Is it really?
No, it's the fan. This fan is very. Oh, oh, streaming from OBS is quite good compared to. It's very laggy. I think streaming here in
Mistake there from Ramses, but as we've seen at this level of Dota, you can't make those mistakes in the first few minutes of the lane, otherwise it can be the lane just over. There's mid one, a tower, now starting to head over to the Ancients and jungle potentially of VP's half of the map. Safest place to be. What do VP do against this? They don't really have ways to head over and punish this PL as mid one is getting... Mid one is getting... Mid one is getting... Mid one is getting... Can he get out? He's got Doppelganger back up in a second. He should be able to walk this off, and yet no one backs off. He knows that he can't chase mid one. As mid one just continues.
Look at Ramsey's out.
Oh, they're going to get him as well. Potentially the Frostbite. A Spirit Lance if he's got it. Doppelganger jump forward. Spirit Lance wasn't back up in time. Ramses will escape, but this Phantom Lancer.
The pressure he's applying, he's forcing the rotations from VP. Five void.
Secret just seeming to be on another level in some of the games we've seen on this main stage.
Look at Ramsey.
Up against VP, they are crushing it so far. This game 2, 4K advantage.
Third fastest middle tower here, and it's by a Phantom Lancer versus a Brood Mother. I don't think that you would expect that.
Absolutely not. This is just straight up outplay from Secret. As every lane being constructed and performed to a T, and it's VP is struggling. A solo up top, he does have the backup of Roger. They'll come in with the dive and the spear out. Zai's got the stick charge, he jabs with the mallet. Tosses back, no one jumps forward. He'll get the chrono out to the two of them. Can they get some kills out of this? They'll get the Zai Veno. A look towards Puppey too. The bash comes in from no one. As VP, they're striking back. They'll get a couple of kills. Yapsel's there though, so is mid one. It doesn't matter that they're by the shrine. This heal's already been used. Mid one, he still wants to fight this because Yapsel, he's got the black hole. He holds two more down. It's a double kill for mid one. Pasha will TP him with the primal split, but they'll nuke down the Phoenix with the Spirit Lance. Secret Can they get the one out of there? He's still got a doppelganger available out of the... As soon as he dropped back down by the brew, so he can head to the side. He's going to hold it for now. Where's he looking to jump to? He's still trying to sort of fight back here in the midst of it all. He knows that he's got a chance of maybe finding Pasha. The clap comes through. Could he get Pasha with him? He can't. They kill the PL.
Very smart play by Pasha. He actually runs the Fire Spirit as well as the Earth Spirit down to that low ground. So Midwin's put in a position where he's trapped. I don't really know which way I want to doppel. So they kind of sandwich him and pick up a much needed kill. But this PL is
so far.
He's just running at them. He's gonna have a defusal blade any moment now. And also Nisha's kind of just been isolated now bottom. He's able to just get this farm up. Actually gonna be opting for the Dragon Lance build so he can get some farm. And Pasha's going greed. He's going for the Midas on Brew.
And this is it's sort of the way I feel that you can play when you have a Brood on your team, because you know you're going to have this hero just totally sort of focused towards keeping that pressure somewhere on the map. So in terms of finding an opportunity for Secret, despite the lead that they've got now, to get to the point where they're pushing tier 2s, pushing tier 3s, it's always going to be tricky, because that Brood is going to be sitting somewhere, forcing some of your team back each and every time to deal with the split push effort. So you can draw the game out, and you can make that Midas purchase on a Brood pay off. As Ramses will find Puppey out alone.
See, the thing is still that the PL, he can stand toe-to-toe with the Brood inside the lane, because going for this skill on PL is just way too difficult. But playing these supports is still going to be a bit of a problem, in particular for our poor Puppey. Zai also can be very limited versus that Brood unless he connects the Gale perfectly on all those spiders. He can be pressured by Ramses time and time again, and Ramses, he's looking for the aggressive build. He has his Diffusal Blade already finished up, so he can look to set up for kills. He can look to get involved around the map, as it does seem like they really need, because he's been slowed down so much on this Void. He is 3,300 net worth, similar as Zai, but the way that Secret's playing is that, you know, they prioritize a lot more farm on Yapzor, especially when they're right in this type of strategy. And Venomancer, he's got a 90 GPM talent. You know, he'll hit that level 10. He'll start making his way back up too.
If we run the full if we change to like, yeah, this one is something sitting right there, but if we run to the max, it's very loud. 6,000 RPM.
6,000. So maybe you need to buy the station.
Ramos been there as well as Zai would try and TP out. It's not going to work. The stun comes straight in from the Bruling. Zai surrounded, cornered at the top of the map as Zai will get taken down. Pasha gets the kill. 10 for 9. VP starting to slow down that early game tempo that Secret were bringing.
Oh, I do like the item queuing that I've seen Pasha queue up is actually exactly what I want. Because we were mentioning the PL, the illusions are going to be the problem, right? He instantly queues up that Radiance, so he can have that scaling, and playing versus Radiance, if you are a Phantom Lancer, is one of the most obnoxious things. I love this, if Pasha is actually able to get it at a decent time.
It's both Roger and Solo on a bit of a smoke mission.
They've done a great job of recovering this early game.
Yapzor has got the Black Hole back up.
And a full mech on top too. So this is a pretty tanky Enigma who can really turn the tides inside those team fights.
They're going to make a bit of a go onto him here. The three of them, they do have a Chronosphere if they need a jump forward. They're not going to mess around. No one commits it, make sure there's no chance of sort of a kickback with a potential Black Hole. Does VP pick off another across the map?
It's fine using that, like using Chrono for those type of plays right now. The way that the pace is, Secret's all split up on the map. They're not trying to force anything. They're not some like big 5-man death ball lineup, so just getting a big Chrono kill on like that very farmed Enigma. Definitely worth it for one. Not wanting to hold that for much longer. It's mid, Ramses. Both of them having their defusal finished up, kind of standing toe-to-toe.
Of course, at all stages of this game, the control for the Brood is a little lacking. Sure, they can slow him a little bit, but as soon as he's in those webs with the free popping, he's out of there. It's down to sort of the CM to be in with the Frostbite, but a lot of the time when CM is under the front, she dies straight away. Roger dives away, and the bugs fly through with the Gemini attack. Nisha gets the kill. Pasha has to TP out with the Malefish. Yapzor cancel the TP. Secret take a couple, and he's dead with that Midas not used, so 30 seconds of efficiency lost.
And quick movements, right? They know Supernova was used, they know the Bruce Split was used, they know Chrono was used. That's when they actually are like, okay, now we actually can group together. Now we do have the potential to push with these Eidolons, with these illusions. They can threaten these tier 2s. VP's teamfight is not ready.
And you can really feel the pace that Secret want to play with. You know, getting the Vanguard on the Veno, as we saw getting the mech on the Enigma ASAP. They're building up all these auras, all these ways to push through. We'll see if he does want to get sort of an early Crimson Guard, or if he does go back for the pipe. I mean, so side with his build.
VP definitely can have some damage issues. If they're able to get Guarding Greaves Crimson Guard, I look at their damage, and majority of it's going to be coming from a Phoenix in the backlines during the Chrono. As Zai will get isolated by 3 and brought down.
Nisha has come across, but not really a fight they want to poke back at Secret, at least just with the two of them. And Nisha not quite having that first big damage item. His build at the moment, queuing up the Aghanims, taking that away from the earlier defusal that he did have. So the item he'd be eyeing up. Solo tries to come up and see if he can find a bounty rune, but Nisha and Puppey are there waiting for him. They'll push him away, secure the bounty rune for themselves. Mid one. I mean, we do see some good games from the PDL, but this game, well ahead of the average on this hero. As he has been hitting some incredible item timings. And in a lane, as I say, where sometimes we do see PL struggle a little bit, or at least not have as free of a time as he has.
They want Roger.
Roger. Continue to be chased. Potentially he's getting whittled down by these illusions. Pasha has to clear them out with a clap. As Ramses keeps coming, sort of sweeping in, trying to sort of cut the way, slow down any sort of push that Secret may want to try and get together at this early point of the game. Still just 15 minutes in, Secret with the 4K advantage.
They're feeling very strong right now. Just whenever they're grouped up, YapzOr's pushing down bottom, but they know how powerful they are at the moment. Is Pasha
trying to play a bit of action. Pasha pumps the primal split. They do get the stun onto Midblood. The rest of VP coming in with the Fire Blast. Midblood just gets locked down at the front of the fight. Roger dives in with the Malefist, stops him from getting the Supernova off. No one's got the disable onto the Weaver. Do they have the damage kill off? Nisha the flash! The stun! They've got it! Pasha with the primal split micro has the control that VP need to get 2 cores. Big ones as well, maybe even more, as they'll get a blast onto Zai. YapzOr does have the black hole, and VP will respect that. They'll take themselves away from the fight for now. At least they'll try to, as Puppey. He's leading in, he's trying to get them to still go for this. Solo's poking away at YapzOr. So they will know that black hole's available, so they don't want to get too close. Same time down bottom, a bit of pressure onto that tier 3 dab being done by the Siege Wagon.
That is Chrono as well as the split used. So Secret, they could opt to look for some type of fight here, as they still do have pretty much everything available for themselves. As it is a committed Aghanims build onto that Weaver. 2 pieces already bought up. Just wants to be tanky and also wants to be able to try to save his teammates. Like the panel was mentioning, they don't have a save versus the Chronosphere, but the Weaver, he can act as that save if he itemizes. And straight to the Roshan, that's the objective. Chrono down, Chrono split down. They know that they're much stronger around here, and they also have the ways to get the vision, right? The bugs, as well as the Venom wards being placed everywhere. They'll know if VP's approaching, unless VP has a smoke prepared.
VP's seeping over to the shrine. It looks like they do intend to still maybe try and get in there. They only have that Supernova, though.
It's so difficult for them to fight this without Chrono and Bruce split.
Can they really get in there, Roger? Dives in. They'll see the state of the Roshan. Yeah, they know that they can't. They know that they can't stop this. So Secret get away with the Roshan. Aegis on mid 1.
Just identifying those things, right? Like, big ultis are down, make your way into to find some type of big objective, and they don't really have some good towers that they can claim as Solo. He was connected with the Gale earlier and will get chased down.
Back on track, Secret with this Aegis. And we're still that sort of window of time where the Warrior of Chronosphere is not quite back up. And we'll be there shortly, though.
Pasha looking for Puppey. He's committing the split for this solo kill down here. He will be able to find it, but now they're going to know there's no split also available.
That's true. It's taken away.
Again.
And Secret, I don't think they're letting up with this pressure in the mid. Absolutely not. They've found that tier 2 tower. They know that the full team fight is not online from VP. Just keep pushing. They have that Aegis. What can VP do to try and slow this down? Ramsey's trying to poke him from the side, but mid 1, he'll go straight across. Start to look to target the Spider. Bottom lane, VP, they've got Pasha TPing back. He has to get back. Even without the ult, they have to be here as a full point to have the chance. The Chrono does come in with the egg as well. Come out. It's a good setup for no one. The Supernova's done successful. Ramsey on top and side. The Black Hole's there for YapzOr. It catches 2 of VP. It catches Roger. It catches no one. And they've lost 2. Ramses will be able to clean up YapzOr off the back of the fight. As he gets the Enigma solo, trying to TP out, but the damage is too much from Secret. As VP will lose 3 outside of the base, Secret's still ready to push in, and they still have that Aegis untouched on mid 1.
And because they itemized, we were talking about VP, the damage issues are really starting to apply. They don't have all their ultis available because of the way those lanes went. This itemization, the Vanguard, the Guardian Greaves, they're taking enough to sustain through this.
And that was the Chrono, that was the Supernova, and Secret, they're still pushing on. You didn't win the fight, you didn't push Secret back, so they're sticking around for as long as they can. As Roger TP's in, dive away. He has to be careful, and at the same time, they've got the frostbite onto Ramses. Ramses, he's trying to be healed up by the Sunray. It's not enough, as Ramses is dead.
And now Roger,
he's not got the Diviva as he's gone as well. Double kill for Nisha Secret. Inside the base of VP. Just beating down onto these racks. Nisha really wants to finish this. Get those racks done. VP have brought back on 2.
Yep, sorry, he's back down. He's got the Greaves. He's going to be able to heal his team up. They can reset and just keep going for this racks. They should be able to clean it up.
There's nothing that scares them at all.
No
Fortification slows them down. What's the soonest ult that's going to be back
3
up?
seconds for Posture, but he's getting scouted. The Venom wards keep poking him. They see him on the side there. They throw the on him. Force the split.
They'll pop the split indeed, but the racks, the melee, it's gone. Mid-1 goes straight on top of Roger. Roger's frostbitten, he's held in place, but Mid-1 jumps outside of the base. The Spirit launched over the illusion, finishes off the burn. As Phoenix is dead, the full Ags now picked up as bad. Mid-1's given a nice bit of a heal. As Nisha with that Aghanims, they can keep this push going. Outside of the base, they've caught Pasha as the primal split ends. As that is Pasha, dead for 70. 20 minutes into this game, Secret well and truly dealing with the brute draft that VP tried to bring to this game. As VP, they are crumbling.
And they're still sustained. The Guardian Greaves, it's back up. Low cooldown, 35 seconds. Heals up his teammates. They commit for the dive. Ramses has the BKB. Goes inside, but he's trapped.
He's trapped. He's trapped in the trees. No one. He'll get a 2-man cry up, but GG. It's all over. It's all over. It's the end of the road for VP. As Secret looking as hot as ever today on this ESL Finals day. This first series getting themselves that position in the Grand Finals, and they made it look easy.
They
VP,
played so fast-paced.
They made VP not look like VP. VP just, they didn't seem to turn up today.
No, definitely not. I mean, they played around those ulti cooldowns. It was like, okay, as soon as they'd commit 1 or 2 of them, you'd immediately see Secret group up and they're like, let's go for objectives. Again, we see Pasha use that Bruce split bottom to kill Crystal Maiden. Ends up being super costly because Secret knows, hey, we've got Aegis. We can just commit up to a high ground push. We've got this itemization with this Vanguard on Zai, this Guardian Greaves on Yapzor. They're so durable, so tanky. The damage just wasn't there for VP when they had that poor laning phase start.
And there's those early mistakes from Ramses, meaning that the Brute just wasn't able to be this terrifying beast that they needed it to be. And Secret, again, even in drafts where, from first look, it looks like they're going to struggle, Secret, it was the exact opposite of that. They felt like,
the setup is very difficult compared to Jipper's experience, like just log in your YouTube account, then press start streaming, and then quality, then everything is okay. So it's quite long.